Well, hello and welcome back to the Yoga Cafe. So today is our last exploration of relaxation. And at the end of our practice, we're going to do a short yoga nidra, which means that you'll need a place to recline, ideally, either your couch or the floor, someplace where you are just sublimely comfortable. So go ahead and pause this video, grab your blankets, grab your pillows, your cushions, your bolsters, your warm fuzzy socks, whatever you need. And be sure to turn off any distractions, any buzzings and beeps from your electronics. And then we'll begin. So we're going to start today in a comfortably seated position. And we'll spend a little bit of time exploring the Ujjayi type of breathing. So this is an audible breath made by constricting the very back of the throat. And to feel what that is, what those muscles are, who those muscles are, I'd like you to hold one hand up in front of your face and pretend there's a mirror that you're trying to fog up. So you're going to open your mouth, constrict the back of the throat, and create this hot, foggy breath that has a little bit of a sound to it, like this. Right? Did you feel that? So try that again, but this time halfway through the exhale, I want you to close your lips, but continue to make that constriction at the back of the throat so that you still hear that slight whispery sound. Let's begin. Did you hear it? Were you able to try it? Let's do it 2 more times. So as soon as I close my mouth, I'm going to bring my pretend mirror down from my face, and you'll still be hearing the sound of my Ujjayi breath. So try it with me. Right? 2 more times like that. And last time. Now see if you can keep that going. For the entire exhale. And is it possible to do it on the inhale as well? And the answer may be no today, especially if this is your first time practicing this type of breathing. But see, maybe it is possible. Continue breathing this way. What you're doing is valving the breath. You're creating this little constriction that is slowing the breath down as it goes through. And you're also creating a kind of white noise machine for your mind to anchor to. Now, let's connect the breath with some movement, just very simple movement. On your next inhale, just float your arms forward and up, whatever height they will go today. And then on your next exhale, float the arms forward and down. And see if you can make the arms match the length of your breath rather than the other way around. So let your breath be the guide. Try floating the arms out to your sides. And do this 2 more times, 2 more breaths like this, coordinating body and breath. And when you complete your next exhale, just let your hands rest in your lap. Swallow a few times, maybe take some water. Sorry about that. Hopefully my power cord is attached. So we'll try this again. All right. So we're practicing the Ujjayi breath along with movement. That Ujjayi breath is a slight constriction at the back of the throat to create a little sound. And it's a little bit like the sound of the ocean or the wind through the trees. And it can help to really create a sense of ease and anchor the mind to the present moment, to this breath, to the sound of this inhale or the sound of this exhale. So we're going to take a few moments to simply notice the breath and then go back into that Ujjayi sound. And hopefully throughout the physical part of the practice today, you will apply the Ujjayi breathing. I'll remind you in case you forget. Okay, so for now, let's take a moment to align the spine. Make sure the feet are right underneath your knees, and the knees are at or, about at the same height as your hips. And then from there, push up through the top of your head to really engage the muscles that live along your spine. Be careful not to jut out the chin, but rather lengthen the back of your neck. And find your Ujjayi breath here. And then bring your arms into the cactus position. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, bring one hand towards the other. So you're twisting. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale back to center. Be careful you're not leaning left to right, rather just spiraling around your tall spine. And let's go once more to each side. So once you finish with your next inhale, lower your hands and just pause for a moment, feeling the effects of that twist. And then we're going to come into a little bit of a side bend. So we'll start off by imagining we're sitting in a car and we're about to put a seatbelt on. So take your right hand, bring it over your left shoulder, pull that imaginary seatbelt down to your right hip. So there's a little bit of a twist there, but now we're going to bring both hands to that right hip and then lean to the right. Okay, just lean as far as you need to go to start to feel this left side getting a little bit of a stretch and maybe the left foot getting a little bit lighter. Now, if you feel a bit unstable, you can take the right hand and bring it down to the leg of your chair. Okay, then the next thing I want you to do is try bringing your left hand to your left shoulder and maybe pointing that elbow towards the wall behind you. That's going to create a bit more sensation along the upper part of your torso. And if that's okay, maybe this left arm can go overhead. Maybe. The shoulder says it's all right. And then to come out of the pose, you're going to slowly come back to center, sitting with that tall spine, long neck, and Ujjayi breath. Okay, let's do our seat belt to the other side. So left hand now comes towards the right shoulder. And you're going to pull that imaginary seat belt down to your left hip. So there's that twist. Then both hands come to the left hip. And again, if you feel a bit unstable, you can take the left hand to the legs of your chair or whatever you're sitting on, the floor. And then from there, bring your right hand to your right shoulder and point the elbow towards the wall behind you. So we've got this tipping to the side. That's going to create a bit of sensation from the hip up towards the waist. And then the elbow pointing back is going to continue that sensation up towards the armpit. And then if the shoulder says it's okay, you can reach the arm overhead. That'll continue the sensation up along the shoulder. And then slowly come back to center. Let's come back into the cactus, but this time I'm going to show you from the side because it'll be easier to see. This time, instead of twisting, we're going to come into our cat and cow kind of flexing and extension of the spine. So here we start in our cactus. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, bring elbows and palms towards each other. Drop your chin and round your upper back. And then inhale, come back to center, tall spine. Exhale, bring the elbows back behind you. Lift your chest, lift your gaze. Inhale, back to center, tall spine. Then exhale and round. Inhale, center, tall spine. Exhale and arch. And you can continue going at this pace so that every inhale is a reset back at center. Or if you'd like, you can start to move a little bit faster so that the exhale is the rounding and the inhale is the arching. Exhale is rounding. Inhale is arching. That's only if that feels like the right pace for you. And the next time you exhale and come into your rounded position, pause there. Bring your hands back to your lap and elongate the spine back to neutral. Just take a moment to breathe. Noticing the sensation around the hands, the arms, the shoulders, the upper back and chest. That whole area is now talking. Okay. Now we're going to come into a chair version of sun salutations. So let's begin just by floating the arms. On the inhale, either arms forward or to the side, it's up to you. But inhale, the arms go up in some manner. And then exhale, you'll fold forward. And I like to put my hands on my lap at the very end. And then inhale, look forward, elongating the spine. And exhale, look towards your feet or maybe the legs of your chair. Hands are on your lap. You're going to inhale, push with your hands to come all the way up. And at the end, the arms float. And then exhale, the hands come down by your side. So that's the basic half sun salutation. I'm going to scoot back so you can see a little more. Okay, so inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, elongate your spine, looking forward. And then exhale, look towards the legs. Inhale, push off and then reach the arms. And exhale, hands down by your sides. And try it again. Inhale. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, fold. Push off your lap, inhale, rise. And exhale, lower the arms. I'm going to do this one more time. I'm not going to cue you. I want you to follow your own breath rhythm. So that could be faster or slower than what I'm doing. And I want you to let your breath rhythm be your teacher and your pace setter, okay? So whenever you're ready, you begin. And then just pause at the end of your next exhale in that upright position. So I'm going to guide you now, adding a few extra breaths to this by lifting up one leg and then the other leg. So for this one, you may want to stay with my breath rhythm at least the first few rounds. So we begin inhaling, arms forward and up. Exhaling, fold. Take both hands to your right thigh. Inhale and just sit up with the thigh in your hands. Exhale, bring your nose and your knee towards each other. And then inhale, drop the leg down with your arms straight and arch your back, looking up. And then exhale, set the foot down and fold forward. Hands to the left thigh. Inhale, sit up, nice and tall. Exhale, rounding the back, knee and nose together. Inhale, leg goes down, but you still have hold of it, and you're arching your back. Shoulders drop back, look up. And then bring the foot down, fold forward as you exhale. Inhale, push off your lap, come all the way up. And exhale, hands down by your side. Okay, so there's a little extra breath in that one. Starts off and ends the same way. Inhale, arms up, exhale, fold. But then you grab the leg and you come first to neutral, then you round, then you arch, and then you lower the leg. Okay, so let's try that again. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, fold. Pick up the right leg. Inhale, and then exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Still have the right leg. And then exhale, lower the leg as you fold. Pick up the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, lower the leg, fold. And then inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower the arms. Pause. We're going to do that whole set one more time. And I'm not going to cue you. So you're going to follow your pace, your rhythm. And don't worry if things go wonky, that's okay. Just keep breathing, keep moving your spine. That's what's important. So begin whenever you're ready. And when you're complete, just take a few breaths, maybe without the Ujjayi or with it if you're fine with that. Take a few breaths to pause and feel. And then when you're ready, let's come up to standing. Have your chair nearby. You may want to have it just for reference for balance. So here we are standing upright, feet underneath the hip joints. Toes are spread nice and wide, or as wide as they'll get today. Bring your hands down by your sides. Unlock the knees. Take a very slight tuck to the pelvis, and at the same time, elongate the back of your neck. So the spine feels like it's being stretched from top to bottom. And then find your Ujjayi breath. Next time you inhale, float the arms forward and up or out to the sides, whatever works for you. And then exhale, float the arms forward and down. So just the arms, just getting used to the movement of the arms again. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, forward and down. Let's do that one more time. And then step the feet out wide. Wider is better here. And you can turn your toes out if that feels more comfortable than having the feet parallel to each other. Bend the knees, place your hands on your thighs, and then bring your right shoulder towards your left knee. And what I want you to feel is, I'm going to show you from the side. I want you to feel this stretch from the right hip, kind of the back of the right hip, all along that right side. And then we'll come through center and then switch left shoulder towards right knee. Yeah. And you might even rotate the arm a little bit if this feels okay. You can turn the shoulder so that the palm faces up and you're pressing onto the back of the hand instead of the palm. You're just going back and forth, nice and slow, opening up the back side of the body. One more time to each side. Oh, that feels good. And then come through center and leave the legs wide apart as they are. Just pause for a moment. So the knees are unlocked. And let's extend the arms out and make ourselves like a sea star. Yeah, reaching out through your fingertips, pushing down through your heels, and then elongating the back of your neck so that all 5 of your limbs, if you're a sea star, all 5 of your limbs are nice and long. And breathe your Ujjayi breath. Sound of the ocean. Notice how if you were to put more weight into your right heel, the rest of your body has to adapt in order to keep the equal tension through all the limbs. So the rest of the body has to adapt. And if you shift your weight more to your left heel, the rest of the body has to adapt. And then maybe you reach out through the right fingertips more than the left and notice how your hips engage. And then left fingertips more than your right and notice how those hips engage. Good, take another breath here. And then exhale and lower the arms down. Turn the toes of your right foot in and the toes of your left foot out. Take a breath in and on an exhale, bend that left knee, coming into warrior 2. So that left hip is rotating open. The knee is pointed towards the toes. And then we're going to reach our sea star arms out and play with the same exploration that you had in the star pose. So what happens when you push more into your left heel? How does the body respond? So what we know is that if I push more in my left heel, I'm going to reach out with my left hand more. So if I'm going to keep that equal tension through all my 5 limbs, then I'm going to have to pull back a little bit with my right foot and my right hand. And then, of course, with the top of my head. All right, go ahead and lower the arms, straighten that left knee. And let's come into warrior 2 on the other side. So left foot turns in, right foot turns out. Inhale. And on an exhale, bend that right knee and open the arms. And here you are in your sea star position, but with one knee bent. and play with it a little bit. What happens if you shift forward or you shift back? How can you find that same C-star equal effort from all 5 limbs? And then breathe. And then slowly release, straightening that right leg, lowering the arms. Let's turn the feet parallel to each other and slide the left hand down and the right hand up, coming into a bit of a side bend here. And then put more weight towards the right foot, more weight onto the right foot. And breathe. You can even feel, if your right hand's on your ribs, you can feel the ribs expanding and contracting with your breath. And then slowly come back up to center. And let's go to the other side. Remember, push your left heel, so the side that's being stretched, push that heel down into the earth. And breathe. And then let's come back up to center. And we're going to heel toe the feet in. And then once they're closer together, we can step the feet right under the hips and just pause. So we're going to revisit sun salutation again. And I'm going to give you some options to do this with and without the chair. So if you know that you are not so good at the forward folding or just feeling a little bit unsteady, then you'll want to have the seat of your chair nearby. And then let's grab one of our blankets or towels and just have that right at the middle of your mat. Okay. And I'm actually going to grab a couple of blocks just to show you some options for supporting yourself in a lunge. Okay. So if you have a couple of blocks, you can grab those. They're not absolutely necessary. Your chair and then a cushion for the knee is really all you need. So you'll start off facing the seat of your chair. And actually, I'm going to recommend that we have the chair pushed up against a surface. So for me, it's going to be my couch. I'm going to have the chair right there. Because I want to be able to push into that chair and know that it's not going to roll away from me. Okay. So we're facing the seat of the chair. Heels are underneath the hip joints. Arms down by your sides. There's a slight tuck to the pelvis, length through the back of your neck. And then here we are again, inhaling into the arms up, exhaling forward fold. Now we fold by bringing the hips back. And you're welcome to put your hands on the seat of the chair, or you can bring your hands to your shins. Then inhale and look forward towards the back of your chair. And exhale, look towards your legs. Place your hands on your thighs, push off your thighs as you inhale, and the arms come up. And then exhale, hands down by your sides. So very similar to what we did in the chair. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, hands down by your sides. One more time, this time without cueing, so you go at your pace. When you're back to standing, just pause and breathe and notice. Okay, so now we're going to add some lunging, some kind of hip movements. So you're welcome once again to use the chair. And I would advise you to follow along with my cues at least the first time through. So we begin standing, exhale the breath out, then inhale, float the arms forward and up. Exhale, fold. And I'm going to recommend you put your hands on the chair at least the first time through. Inhale, look to the back of the chair. Then as you exhale, step your right foot back and lower your right knee down. Okay. Now I like to keep the toes tucked under when I come into this low lunge. That just gives me a little more control over how the weight is resting on my back knee. Take another breath here. And then as you're ready, pick that back knee up and step the back knee forward. Inhale, look towards the back of your chair. Exhale, step your left foot back, left knee down. Pause here and breathe. And then as you're ready, pick the back knee up. Exhale the back foot in. Hands to your lap. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Okay, so it's inhale, like before, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look to the back of the chair. Exhale, step your foot back, lower the knee. Now, if you'd like, instead of hands on the seat of the chair, you can put your hands on blocks. Just make sure that this front heel is flat. And then when you're ready, pick up the back knee, and on an exhale, you're going to pull the back foot forward. Inhale, look towards the back of the chair, and then exhale, step your left foot back, left knee down. Pause and breathe. And then when you're ready, pick the back knee up, step the back foot in, hands to your lap. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale down. Okay. So third and final round, and we're going to go at our own pace using our breath as the guide. Begin whenever you're ready. Once you've completed your round, let's come into our version of down dog. So that might mean that you take hold of the seat of your chair, you step your feet back. And I like to start off with my feet as wide as my mat. And I just plant my hands into the seat of the chair to push my hips away. And you can do this with the knees quite bent too. So that could be your version of downward dog today, or you might bring your hands to the mat, which means you'll have to step your feet a little further back. But it's the same principle. You're pushing your hands against your support to send the hips away. We're going to take one more breath here. And then bend the knees a lot, lower one and then both knees to the floor and come into your version of child's pose. And then slowly release. And we're going to make our way into Shavasana. So this is where you'll want to take a little bit of time to set up a very luxurious relaxation position. Because ideally, you don't want to be moving around or fussing, fidgeting around in your yoga nidra. You want to be in a position where you can really settle in without a lot of discomfort from the body. So that might mean that you actually take yourself to bed or you create, like I'm doing now, you create kind of a comfortable, almost bed-like setup where you are. Yoga Nidra does not involve moving the body at all. So you might get a little chilly. It could be a good idea to put warm socks on or to cover yourself with a blanket. And once you have your setup all comfortably prepared, go ahead and recline. And make your way into your final relaxation position. So the easiest way to practice Yoga Nidra is with the eyes closed, maybe even with an eye pillow across the eyes. You'll want the hands resting in a place where they're not touching anything. And if you've never done Yoga Nidra before, I'll just explain that I'm going to be calling out parts of the body that I'd like you to bring your awareness to, but that is all. So no movement, no flexing or stretching. Simply catalog that part of the body, almost lighting it up as you make your way through the body. And pay attention to whatever arises or doesn't arise. So let's just take a few breaths here to begin. Letting the body sink into the surface below you. Feel a sense that you are held. At any time, if you lose track of my instruction, don't worry. It's very common to take a little nap. Nidra does mean sleep. But if possible, stay awake and follow the guidance. Bring your total awareness to the pit of your throat. Your right collarbone, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, collarbone, pit of your throat, left collarbone, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, left collarbone, pit of your throat, center of your chest, solar plexus, pubic bone, right hip, right thigh, knee, shin, right ankle, heel, sole of your right foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, sole of the right foot, right heel, ankle, shin, knee, thigh, right hip, pubic bone, left hip, left thigh, knee, shin, left ankle, heel, sole of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, sole of the left foot, heel, ankle, shin, knee, thigh, left hip, pubic bone, whole left side, whole right side, whole back side, whole front side, whole body, whole body, whole body, Now, Yoga Nidra instruction is done. You're welcome to remain where you are, resting for as long as you need it. Enjoying this deep relaxation. And when you're finished, slowly move fingers, toes, reawaken the body gently. Carefully bending your knees, coming to your side. And slowly rolling up. Thank you. I hope this was relaxing, full of ease and comfort. Peace.